Game On Media is joined by Patrick Ross Allen, the head coach of UJ's Sevens rugby team. My name is Dan Lombard. Patrick, thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm good, and you? Thanks, Dan, for the opportunity. I'm doing well, thanks.
That's fantastic. Let's get right into it.
Yeah.
How did you get involved in coaching?
Look, it started with me being an ex-player. I thought to myself, what injury was, I couldn't play anymore, so I wanted to give it something back to rugby. So I had two options, one is being a ref, other one is being a coach, and then I thought about it and I thought, no, okay, one is totally out of an option, it's not an option, because I didn't want to become a ref, so then I thought on coaching. So 2012 I started coaching at a club called Innerdale. So, and that's where everything started.
Patrick, talk us through your coaching philosophy.
So, well, my philosophy, I believe in strongly that you need to cover your basics first. That's why I make sure the guys can do the basics right first and then carry on from there, because it's nearly like it. You need to crawl first before you can walk. So if you can do your basics right, then you can look at the bigger picture. So for me, it's always we've got a saying now, little is large, and I like to follow that. So if you can get the small things right now, then you can look at the bigger picture and get better.
Patrick, how do you get the best out of your players?
To get the best out of players, I learned as a coach that you need to believe in your players, and with that belief, and they can see that you believe in them, they'll also work harder. And also if you set them small goals to achieve, that's also, then they also know where to work towards. So that's for me the best way to get something special out of them, if I can say it like that.
Sevens has evolved into a game on its own. Back in the day, it used to be something that 15 players did for fun during preseason.
Yeah.
It's now become a game on its own. And it's obviously two very different versions of rugby, 10s being the third version. How do you go about switching coaching mindsets between 15s and 7s?
Look, the thing is, when I'm busy with the 15s, then I like to get nearly a 7 game pattern into the 15 man. So for me, it's not that difficult to change between the two, because I mean, with the 15s, I like to get it more, how can I say, quicker. So you're less contact and more running into the game and that. So it's like the defense in 7s is very important. So with that training that I do with the 7s, I'll bring it into the 15 man as well. So you do exactly the same training with the defensive, and there's also a couple of stuff from 15s that I can take through to 7s. So to do that switch is quite easy, because between the two, the 15s and the 7s, I try to sort of bring everything together, if I can call it like that. And when I'm at 7s, it's so much easier for me to coach or to make it switch.
Patrick, what are your thoughts on Varsity Rugby 7s competition?
Look, I must say this is the Varsity Cup competition is one of the toughest tournaments in the world. I've been to a couple of international tournaments, and that's all those tournaments is 2 days. Where this one is 3 days, and you play 11 games. Where in the other tournaments you play about 6 games and then you're done. Here you play 11 games, so you need to make sure that your players is ready mentally and physically ready for this. But I must say, this is one of the best tournaments that I ever took part in. So, yeah, I think it's easily one of the top tournaments in the world.
Before we continue, congratulations on coaching UJ Sevens to the title. Talk us through that victorious campaign. How did you deal with setbacks, all that sort of thing during the tournament?
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for that. Yeah, look, we had a set goal before we started for lifting a trophy, and I must say there was a time that I thought we slipped. From the first day, I mean, we had 5 games. In that 5 games, we won 2 games, and then we went and sat down and spoke about it and said, look, we need to sharpen up a bit. And we know that on the second day it was we played Marty's, first game up. So it was the whole weekend was a sort of a roller coaster. It was difficult to stick with, and losing that first game against Marty's on Saturday, we were 8th on the log. So that was really went and sat down. We spoke about it, and we knew we had 3 games left after that, and we needed full points with every single game that we played there. And everyone just got through, and it helped, and we had fun on the field as well. So the boys actually played very well. And going through to the final, I couldn't believe it. And then I needed to wipe my eyes out a couple of times to see if we're in the final or not. And then, playing in the final, I couldn't remember quite a lot in the final. I just knew when the final whistle blew, the score was 32-5, and we won. And everybody, it's a brilliant feeling. So I also want to say thank you to all the support that we got. We got video messages from the people and that. Ex-players and from family, friends and that. So it was really brilliant. Everybody was behind us, and it was really a team effort from management to the players, everyone. It was just great. It was an amazing feeling.
Patrick, as we end off, what are your aspirations? Where do you want to go with your rugby coaching?
To be one of the best 7 coaches in the world going around. So that's one of my goals.
Patrick, Game On Media would like to thank you for spending some time with us, and we wish you all the best with your future endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dan. Thank you for your time and effort. Thanks a lot for that.